Good morning, guys. Happy Crocktober, day 16. We are going to make the barbecue pork Cobb salad. This is a cook once, eat twice dinner meal. It is so yummy. And then we're also going to make the sticky caramel pumpkin cake. Y'all, these are so good. This crockpot recipe is so simple. It's going to take you like 2 seconds to pull together, and it's what we call a cook once, eat twice meal. So if you're new here, tell me hello. Tell me what you're making for dinner tonight. Do you know what cook once, eat twice dinner is? Sorry, I just got something stuck in my throat. What it is we're going to put this pork in the crock pot today. All we're going to do, this is so simple. It's a pork tenderloin. You're going to cover it in an 18-ounce thing of barbecue sauce. Really, really simple. And then you're going to add a teaspoon of garlic powder, a half teaspoon of paprika. You're going to put this sucker on low, let it cook all day long. That's it. So easy. At the end of the day, you're just going to shred it up. Super simple. And then you're going to you're going to make the salad. You're going to put on a salad today. That's a little bit too much paprika. Put it over the salad today. I'm going to show you how we're going to make the dinner today. We'll put it over the salad today. Then on Wednesday or Tuesday or whatever other day, you're going to slice up some slider buns. You're going to put the barbecue on top of it. Then you're going to add some butter. So good. Good morning, Denise. Hi, Heather. Good morning, Georgia. Thank y'all so much for being here. I have missed y'all. I am just kind of coming home to a calm down life. I've had a crazy few weeks, to say the least. And so I'm so happy. Last night was my first night in my own bed. It felt amazing to be back at home. We're back to Crocktobering, which is always kind of fun. And I'm going to show you how to make this super yummy salad. As you're hopping on, tell me what you're making for dinner tonight. And what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to make this for my own lunch. And then I'll show you guys how to do the pumpkin cake as well. I think I'm actually going to go ahead and freeze the pumpkin cake because I don't really need the whole thing myself. So it's just me and Reagan home tonight. So my husband had some work stuff. So as we're home, I was like, you know what? We don't need to make a big old meal. So what we're going to do with this salad, let me grab the recipe because I will mess it up otherwise. Obviously, you need a bunch of fresh salad. Hey, Sherry. Hey, Shar. Y'all, would you hit the share this button and let a friend know that we are here this morning? I would appreciate that so much. Hey, Jamie, I'm so glad you love our recipes. They really are the best recipes. They're the best crockpot recipes on the planet. They are so good. They're just yummy, hearty food. If you're new here, say hello so that I can say hi to you. No liquid in there. No, you're going to have enough liquid already. You won't need any liquid in there. I mean, it is really, really simple. Hey, Lisa, so glad to see you. Baked ziti. Beth is having baked ziti. That sounds amazing. Okay, so we've got this. Now we're going to take some bacon, which I went ahead and I just did some in the microwave this morning. I'm going to save a piece out because I really don't need 4 slices of bacon this morning. And I am eating this whole thing. So here's the deal. You can, by making a good salad at home, your family will eat a salad. Do you guys love salads for dinner? Do you think it's kind of crazy to eat a salad? If I do this with dessert, my family is fine. Or if I do this in like a big loaf of bread, like I said, this is going to be a hearty salad because you're going to have your pork over top of it. Okay, so we've got our lettuce. We've got our carrots. This is easy. Here's a gift to yourself. It is not that expensive to buy shredded carrots. How many of y'all buy shredded carrots? I used to, in my super frugal days, I would not buy the things that made my life convenient because they cost a little extra money. It costs like $1 to buy a bag of carrots and $1.38 to buy them already shredded for you. Give yourself the gift of pre-shredding your carrots. How many of y'all struggle with that? Good morning. Hi, Teresa. Only 3 of you will eat salad. So if you have picky kids, here's what I will do. How many of you, tell me if you've got picky kids, and I'll tell you my trick for picky kids. Lay everything out for the salad. Most likely, probably, your kids are going to eat, hopefully, some lettuce. Maybe they'll eat lettuce. My kids at a young age wouldn't, but they all eat lettuce. Once they were teenagers, we just always had salad, so it was just something we always did. Put out some carrots. They will eat the shredded carrots. Most kids eat carrots. Do your kids eat carrots? I made my kids learn to eat carrots when they were little just because it was an easy way to frugally feed them some veggies, and it was one that I knew they would like. So make them do that. Then go ahead and just let them make the toppings themselves. So like my youngest is going to eat the carrots and the lettuce and the bacon. She's not going to put this on there. So let them do it like a DIY night where they can DIY their own dinner, and odds are pretty good they will eat it better. You're going to have the pork too. So if they have some carrots and some pork, you've won life, right? You came in late. What is in the crock pot? Kim, we have our barbecue pork Cobb salad. Barbecue pork is in the crock pot. That's a lot of pepper for me. You know what I'm going to do? I'm actually going to prep this for my own self for this week to eat. So So I'm just gonna throw my extra veggies into some small containers as I'm chopping and chatting with you this morning. We are also gonna make the sticky pumpkin cake, so we'll chat about that one. You're lucky your daughter eats everything. How many of you guys have kids who eat everything? I was a really picky eater. If I'm being fully honest, I did not eat anything green except my rule when I was a kid. Y'all know I struggled with my weight a lot. My rule as a kid was that if it was anything green that was not mint chocolate chip ice cream, did not get eaten by this person right here. I didn't like anything green. I ate no vegetables at all as a kid. Any of you guys like that? So I have compassion on picky eaters because I was one. I am not nearly as picky as an adult. The only thing I don't like as an adult is I don't like fruit. Not a big fruit fan, but I do love veggies. And so I'll eat bananas and I'll eat an apple if I have to. I'll eat fruit on salads, but I don't typically eat fruit otherwise. Okay, so here is our onion. I'm gonna go ahead and put that on there, and then I'm gonna put that in the bag. And then I'm gonna go ahead and do the avocado. I should have done okay. Let's do our avocado and then our eggs. Your husband is picky. This avocado looks, you know what, I'm actually gonna go ahead and do this one for myself. This avocado thing is fantastic if you need one, especially when your avocados are the right ripeness. This one is fantastic. It's at a good space for that. Y'all hit the share this button and let someone know that you are here today, and we will enter you to win a $25 Amazon gift card. You are not crazy. You love fruit, not crazy for apples. I love baked fruit. Unfortunately, give me all the sugar with it and I'm fine. This did not pop out like it was supposed to. I think it's on there wrong. One of these days, I'm not going to make a mess of an avocado. Today is apparently not that day. So this thing, in theory, does this. Is just what I'll do with it. Y'all don't laugh at me. My daughter comes home and she fixes my avocado thing up. But anyways, there's my avocado slices. Then we have an egg. This thing, I will show you this. Have any of y'all had this? This was my mother-in-law's. I stole it from her house. When my mother and father-in-law passed away, I went through their kitchen, and it was funny. My sisters took lots of big furniture. They were all into the big furniture. The thing that I coveted more than anything else, that I loved, not coveted, in their house was Jenny's, all of her little fancy kitchen gadgets. So she always bought the Pampered Chef stuff, which was way more than I could afford. So I would always take her Pampered Chef goodies. And so those are my sweetest memories. It's funny. His sisters have a ton of big stuff from their house. How many of y'all, when you've had a family member pass away, what has been the one thing you took? My most prized possession is probably, well, this is probably not my most prized. My most prized possession, we went into the house a little bit after everybody else had gotten through, so we made sure that everybody got what they wanted. The thing that I love the most, let me show y'all, was, and it's so funny, when the rest of the family, I have two things, but when the rest of the family saw that I got this was Don's toothpick holder. And the rest of the family didn't even want it. And then when I got it, they were like, we want the toothpick holder. I was like, the toothpick holder is my sweet memory. So when we were choosing things from their home that we wanted, rather than choosing like big, huge things, I went for the smaller things that were just sentimental, because I always remember him going and eating a toothpick out of his toothpick holder. So anyways, okay, so here's my salad, y'all. Can you see how it's looking? How many of you guys would love to have this? You love Pampered Chef. It was so nice. She always had the good stuff. And the egg slicer from Pampered Chef is amazing. I will tell you that. Okay, let's see if we got everything on here. We have I didn't do tomatoes, but I don't love tomatoes, so I'm going to skip those. A little bit of shredded cheese. And then do y'all want to go see, would y'all like to come make the pumpkin cake with me? Let me know if you'd like to make the pumpkin cake. When your mom died, you found the time where we used a while and started sobbing. Oh, Brenda, bless you. Isn't it funny how those special memories, like it's the weirdest things that like make us really just sentimental for them. And that was definitely kind of the way I was. Y'all, I'm gonna have a really good lunch. It's the silly little things that were special, not necessarily the big pieces of furniture. Like there was a discussion over who was gonna get the grandfather clock. Grandfather clock was beautiful, but it wasn't really, it was huge and we didn't have a place for it. So that wasn't something I wanted, but that toothpick holder, I wanted that for sure. You would skip the egg. You would skip the egg. You guys would like to see that. You want to see the pumpkin cake? Okay, we'll make the pumpkin cake. Here is the salad. So remember, this is a cook white once, eat twice meal. So I want to explain to you first that part, and then we'll scoot over and make the pumpkin cake. So today I'm going to make this barbecue pork salad, barbecue pork. Tonight for dinner, I'll shred this meat up, put it over this for my yummy, amazing dinner. On Tuesday or Wednesday, I will take my slider buns. Let me show you what they look like. You could use Hawaiian slider rolls. You could use any type of slider bun. And I'll actually pull out the recipe card here. So in the box, when you get the box, click the link in the video if you'd like the box. When you get the box, what you're gonna do is you're gonna pull out week 4. These are, honestly, y'all, this week was such good food. The chicken lasagna is amazing. Did anybody make the chicken lasagna? The pork sliders are what I'm gonna tell you how to do right now. So you'll take that meat that's shredded up. You will add a little bit of olive oil, a little Dijon mustard, some apple cider vinegar, some onion powder, some salt, some cabbage. You'll put all of this together, and then you make a little poppy seed, kind of like a turkey poppy seed, or ham poppy seed Hawaiian slider roll. Have any of y'all ever done those before? So good. So anyways, you can cook it once. You get 2 meals out of your meat though, and that way you're not being wasteful. You cook a whole bunch at the beginning. It's great. Okay, so that's how we're gonna do this one. Make the chicken lasagna if you haven't already. That's on what day is that? These week 4 meals in this box, week 4. Has anybody else made any of the week 4 meals? Let me know if you have, for sure. I'd love to know. You want your grandmother's glass iced tea picture. Oh, bless you. Those special sentimental things mean so much to us, don't they? It's crazy. Those little things are just exactly the right thing. Good morning, Beth. Let me say hi to you guys. Hi, Patty. Hi, Rhonda. Hi. Thank you for sharing. Susan, I appreciate you sharing. Y'all, Facebook has been weird to us this last year. And it is like, it's a thing when your whole business is based on social media and then all of a sudden nothing works. It's like, oh, what are we gonna do with that? Okay, let's make this. So I really appreciate y'all sharing, letting us people know that we're here, because a lot of times people don't see us anymore. So anyways, I miss seeing y'all. Okay, good morning. I thank you, Lori, for saying good morning, Summit. Hey, Beth. Okay, here we go. So now we're gonna make the pumpkin spice cake, and I wanna get y'all a little farther away so you can actually see how this is made. So what we're gonna do is we've got this is a casserole. It's a casserole crock. I love it for cake recipes. You do want to spray it really well because it does make a mess and you don't want to end up with a mess. This is a pumpkin cake that you honestly could bake if you didn't want to do it in a crock pot. You could totally just bake it. So that works as well. What you're going to do is you're going to get your recipe first because y'all know I can't remember anything around here. So we need 2 cups of flour. Let me see, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, not baking soda. A teaspoon of baking soda, so you're gonna need both. Thank you for sharing. Hey, oh, Rhonda, is it beautiful in Kentucky? I love Kentucky. Kentucky is one of my favorite places. That's where I met my husband. So we're big fans of Kentucky around here. Okay, baking soda, 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And then we need a little pumpkin pie spice, teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice. Good morning, Myra. So glad. Oh my goodness, Tiesha. Can I just say good morning to you this morning? She just said you have made your life so much easier with 5 kids. You are amazing. And I can just tell you on the other side of this mom stuff, it is so sweet. When I talk to my kids, it makes me so happy when they call. My one daughter calls me most mornings. My son, I just got to see him this weekend. Tiesha, what you are doing is so valuable. Don't let anyone today not let you feel like you're amazing, because what you're doing to support those children is the sweetest gift. So I'm super proud of you, and I hope you have the sweetest day. Good morning, Fortitha. Hey, Tina, thank you for sharing. Tina, thank you. I really appreciate it. We will enter you to win a $25 Amazon gift card. Good morning, Shrill. Did I say your name right? Shrill in Memphis, Tennessee. We were just talking about Memphis because I watched some of that Elvis video. Did any of y'all watch the Elvis movie? I've only watched a little bit. I watched it on the plane yesterday. Now I want to see the rest. Okay, we have flour, baking powder, baking soda, salt, pumpkin pie spice. I did that. I did not do the cinnamon. 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon. And what I'm going to do with this recipe, because I don't need the whole thing, is I'm going to eat some for dinner tonight, but I'm not going to be real crazy. And then I'm going to pop it into a freezer bag, a freezer container, and I will probably a freezer. I have like an aluminum foil, and that way we'll eat it later on. Then, I forgot, y'all. I need 4 eggs. and a cup of butter softened. Do y'all want to come with me as we do this? This is just going to be a long old video today. I hope y'all want to stick around for it because this is what it looks like today. I forgot to put my butter in here. So we got our butter and we've got some eggs. This is a mess. Lori, hey, does your bread recipe make a 2-loaf? Oh, I think it's a 2-loaf. I think the bread recipe is a 2-loaf. If you haven't made our bread recipe yet, it is so yummy. We did need this to soften, girls. Where did I just put my stand at? Okay, here, hang on. So I'm gonna do this real quickly as y'all just hang out. This is just gonna be a long bit. Okay, you watched the Elvis video. Was it good? Did you see I only watched the beginning and I'm so curious if it's true. Like, does anybody know if it's true? Because I had not watched it and I have no idea. Like, I was curious if the stuff at the beginning about his like life as a child was true. Anyways, I just thought it was interesting. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and soften this butter up and then we are gonna add in 4 eggs. You love cooking and cleaning with friends. I'm so glad, Country Couponing Chicks, that you are here this morning. You think he's like, oh my goodness, Chelsea, did you see me at Dollywood? Yes. You were, oh my gosh, Chelsea, why did you not come say hi to me? Listen, it's funny. It used to be when the Grove did videos that every once in a while, if I went out, somebody would say hi and say they knew me. It doesn't happen all that often anymore, but it always makes my kids super impressed. So if you ever happen to see me, if you're ever anywhere and you happen to see it, I think any nice blogger out would probably love for you to say hi to them because we don't honestly see people often in real life. So for me, it's always like, oh my gosh, somebody knew me. I'm so excited. Somebody messaged me. They had seen me at the beach. Now that has been weird. A couple times I've had people at the beach stop me as I've walked along the beach and that's been kind of strange. One time, and usually what they'll holler out, this is so bad, Passionate Penny. And I'm like, who is that? And I'm like, and one guy like whispered at me. He was like, Passionate Penny. Hey, Passionate Penny, and his wife had seen me. Anyways, it's just funny. If you ever see somebody, you should say hi. You didn't want to be crazy, fam, and the kids know you finally get to eat good. I am so glad. You love the Elvis movie. Did you like the whole thing, Myra? Was it worth it? I'm just supposed to soften that a bit. Okay. We're going to count to 10. 1, 2, and I'm going to read a comment. You love the Elvis movie. You went with your besties, and it was good. I'm so glad. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I don't want to let that on too long because then we'll mess it up. Okay, what do we got here? Hang on, I need a towel. Phew, y'all have made a mess today. I am determined to get this recipe done. So we've gone ahead and we've added in a large bowl, beat sugars and butter with an electric mixer for 3 minutes. Okay, so this is a whole cup of butter, so it's a lot of butter. Then we're gonna add in a 1/2 cup of brown sugar and a full cup of white sugar. The movie was amazing. Is it true? Priscilla and Lisa did say it was true. Like, I watched I watched in the airplane for about maybe the first 20 minutes, and I was just so curious if it really was true or not. I was like, is this, because you know sometimes they're so made up for TV, you're like, is that really his story or not? It was interesting. Hey, Jenny, we are making the Crock-Pot sticky caramel pumpkin cake. You cannot go wrong with this one. It's a lot of butter. Okay, so we've got our butter. Now we're gonna add in 4 eggs. Y'all, I had a bajillion eggs, but we are down to I'm gonna be down to my last egg today, which is crazy. And I'm mixing, I will tell you, if you don't have an 8-cup Pyrex measure, you have got to get one. This is a 4-cup. I'm using my 4 and my 8-cup, but I'll show you why here in a second. Do y'all have an 8-cup Pyrex? Does anybody have that? Watch it all. Myra says watch it all. So it's that good. It's worth watching the whole thing, Myra. That's good to know. That is a tremendous amount of sugar. It is. It's a big pan and it is a dessert. It is a lot of sugar. You are not wrong about that. This would not be I'm honestly going to make it to have a small slice tonight and then I'm going to freeze it for the holidays. I'll use it at Thanksgiving because to have that and pull it out will be so nice and easy to have one less thing to do, especially since I'm a deal blogger. Y'all can imagine Black Friday week and Thanksgiving is a little nuts around here, having my kids home. So I will definitely be taking advantage of having this one done. You love your 8-cup. Is the 8-cup, here's what it looks like for any of you who don't have it. Y'all, this is the greatest thing since sliced bread because I literally do everything. I mean, I do everything in this Pyrex. I like my 4 cup. I like my 1 cup Pyrexes. Y'all do y'all have 1 cup? I like a 1 cup because if you're, especially if you're using like liquids, it's nice to have that 1 cup. But the 8 cup, it makes me really happy. You got your grandma's 8 cup after she passed. Okay, that would be, that's, you know what? I think I got the 8 cup because my mother-in-law had one. Isn't it funny? I think people who have cooked probably a lot more than us just have better things. And so it's fun to see what they have and to learn from them. I've learned so much from my mother-in-law who just was, just loved to cook. So you love your Pyrex, love it. You, those 8 pictures. Yeah. Okay, so what am I gonna do next? Now we're just gonna slowly add this in. Okay. In a large bowl, beat sugars, we did that. Add pumpkin, blend well, gradually add flour mixture and beat. Okay, so we're gonna beat all this together now. It says slowly. I'm not gonna be too slow because I don't wanna, I could have done this in my KitchenAid. I honestly use my hand mixer more than my KitchenAid. So if you don't have a KitchenAid, I'm just gonna give you a little piece of advice here. How many of you guys, do you have a KitchenAid and do you love it? I probably, even though my KitchenAid sits right back there, I probably use this way more. And part of it is the way that our lip in our kitchen is. It just doesn't leave a really great space for it. So I use this guy a lot. And I'm gonna tell you a funny story. So growing up, I didn't even know what a KitchenAid mixer was. To me, in the world I lived in, we didn't cook. My mom never cooked, bless her. Not that she wouldn't have wanted to, she just didn't have the time to as a working mom. And so baking and cooking was not a thing for her. And so when my husband and I got married, my mother-in-law, I was making mashed potatoes and I was telling her about how my recipe or whatever and I had a question about it. And she was like, well, I don't think you can make mashed potatoes without a hand mixer, with a hand mixer. She had grown up always having a KitchenAid and assumed that you had to have a KitchenAid in order to make mashed potatoes. So how many of you guys love your KitchenAid or not? You got this set with 1 cup. Hey, thank you for sharing, Cindy. I hope you're having a great day. You've been using your grandma's pea green Tupperware canisters. Oh, I love that. You use your hand. I use it so often. I like it. I like it Christmas time. If I can pull it out and use it here, if I'm doing a big baking day, I do like it. But the thing is, you gotta wash it. I don't know. I wish they would make, and they probably do make, I wouldn't mind a KitchenAid if it had a mixing bowl that was like if the mixer was like a melamine. Wouldn't it be nice? Do they have a melamine one for the KitchenAid? You love your KitchenAid stand mixer. You've made mashed potatoes all the time. I know. I've always made it with a hand mixer. You're not alone. Okay, how much of the pumpkin? Last thing we're gonna do is put in our pumpkin. But on this recipe, I will tell you just a lot of mixing. It might have been a little easier to go ahead and do that way. Y'all, this is gonna be so good. I'm not gonna lie. This will be so perfect to have for Thanksgiving though. And it'll be, obviously it's got so much butter and sugar in it. It's gonna freeze great. So what I'm gonna do is I'll bake it in the crock pot today. I'm half tempted to bake it in a sheet pan. Honestly, will y'all be mad at me if I do it that way? You know what I'm gonna do? Here's what I'm gonna do, girls. Will anybody be angry with me if I do this the way that I would really do it? Normally, it cooks in a crock pot. The recipe is made for a crock pot. However, I'm giving myself some grace. I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna bake it in 2 of these great little freezer containers I have. And that way I'm gonna save myself some cleanup this afternoon, which I'll be okay with that. Imagine that you can cook it in your crock pot. It 100% cooks in your crock pot. The only thing I will say, let me see. I'm gonna do that. Will y'all be mad if I do it this way? Cook it whatever way you want. You know what? This will show you how you can make this recipe. Because here's the thing. I am in the busiest season. This is my busiest season work-wise until January. Life is kind of crazy as a deal blogger. And what I'm going to do is I have these containers I keep on hand. And not any of the small cute ones. But here's what I'm going to do is I'm going to bake it up in 2 of these guys. This is called Grace, girls. So if you have this recipe, if you're like, you know what, I really want to make that, but I don't know a crock pot that's the right size. I don't really want to get a crock pot. I will just bake it. I'll probably have to do some Googling to see how long to cook it for. But I'm going to save myself this cleanup tonight because what I'll do is I'll bake them and I'll just go ahead and freeze them like this. And then I'll have 2 cake pies, cakes And we have been feeding we've had some comments about how much food we go through. I have fed so many people. So my brother-in-law's mom is in her late 80s. Molly watches every once in a while on Passionate Penny Pincher. You may have seen her. Cutest lady, jet black hair. She's adorable. And we took her the sweet potato casserole. We try to give away a lot of the food. I also have my niece just had a baby, so I give her food. I take my kids' food at college. In fact, I probably will save one of these. In fact, I might send one of these up to Caroline this weekend. So that's what I do with all this food. So if you're ever watching and you're like, man, for just 3 people, that woman eats way too much food. We give a lot of it away because I like to be able to just, obviously I don't eat all this food. I would like all this food, but please just let us know how you bake them. I'm thinking I'll bake it at like 350 these are going to be thick. So I'll probably do them at 350 for like, I need to mix this a little bit better. 350 for maybe a couple hours. 350 for maybe 40 minutes. Sorry, my brain went gone for a second. 350 for maybe 40 minutes, and then we'll go from there. They're so heavy and you constantly have to scrape. It's a pain for you. These are heavy. I will say that is a true thing. Do you mean the KitchenAid or the 5X? I think that's the problem with the KitchenAid is they're heavy. I actually bought as a gift to myself several years ago. I wanted the KitchenAid with the glass. It was a glass. You see that pan? Summit, get out of there, buddy. Summit's trying to get in the pantry. Hey, come here, bud. Come here. Come here. Good boy. Sit and I'll give you some bacon. I got the KitchenAid that had the glass container and it was fantastic. And it looked beautiful on the counter, except that it was so heavy I could hardly pick it up. You did half cake, 350, 30 to 40 minutes. Thank you, Rhonda. That's why I love you guys. Somebody this morning helped me figure out how to microwave my bacon. Y'all help me with my eggs. There we go, 350 to 30 to 40 minutes. So you could make this cake if you don't want to do it in the crock pot. I just wanted some grace for myself, and this way I'm not stuck, but I can give them to somebody, which will be awesome. Okay, do y'all have any questions about the menu planning boxes? So we are finishing up Slow Cooker Volume 2 this week. The recipes are fantastic. If you've been on the fence about these, let me just tell you, you will love them. You will not be disappointed in these recipes. They are so good. How long in the crock pot? Thank you for asking that, Kathleen. To cook it in the crock pot, you are going to bake it for 2 hours or until a toothpick on the center comes out clean. I want to show you a real quick tip because this is important. How many of you guys feel like your crock pots get soppy? So if when you go to make this, hang on, I'm going to show you. If when you go to make this, you feel like it's going to get soppy, you can take a paper towel. Here's my crock, hang on. You know how the condensation comes from the crock pot? Take a paper towel over top of it like that. Then put your lid on. We learned this in testing recipes. And that will stop. This is not the perfect thing because I'm not going to waste any more paper towels. But I got to show it to you right. Okay, I'll use these paper towels today. Don't worry, I'm not going to waste them. Check at 30 minutes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I will check it at 30 minutes. Thank you, Deb. It is going to be really yummy. Okay, so do it like this. Do you see this? Do you see the paper towel on top? Now what you're going to do is just do this. There we go. And what that will do is when all that liquid evaporates into, I guess I don't know if it's condensates into this crock pot, it will keep it from getting liquidy. I will say I would not personally leave a crock pot like this unless you're watching it at home. Like to me it just seems kind of scary to leave it unmanned. Yeah. Anyways, you have a corner on the counter where you just leave yours all the time. Your first grade class wrote a cookbook, fried chicken, cornflakes on chicken, and put them in the oven. I love that. So yummy. If y'all are interested in our menu plans, click the link in the video below. I should have said this. We only have one more week a few more days, the end of this week. The price goes up on those. So we are giving y'all $10 off on them. You will absolutely love this. Oh, Mary asked the most important question. Guess what? Okay, y'all tell me if you want to hear the big secret. Come on, you want to hear the big secret? Mary, you got it. Yes, accessory packs just landed at our warehouse. I think they landed Friday. So we're going to get them all ready, get them all checked in. We will launch those this Sunday night, I believe 7 p.m. Eastern time. We have a very limited number. We have less than a third of how many planners have already sold. So if you bought a planner already, I just want to tell you, be on there Sunday night at 7 p.m. Eastern time, because I don't know. I think they may sell out. They're definitely a splurge, so not everybody who gets a planner is going to want them. I also want to let you know that if you go to Amazon this morning, type in Passionate Penny Pincher Home Planner. There's a 20% off coupon. They're doing free shipping. They just launched those over on Amazon, so you might want to check that out as well. Tiffany says her casserole crock-pot doesn't seem to cook, only warm things up. Huh. That's interesting, Tiffany. I have no idea. Okay, yeah, so that's the big secret, y'all. 7 p.m. Eastern time. You will not be disappointed if you get the accessories pack. It's lovely. It's just lovely. And we only have a very limited number. So like I said, less than a third of what have we already sold to the planner. So of all the people who already have a planner, only a third of those are going to get accessory packs if they want them. I know they're not for everybody, but they're pretty fun. Okay, Team Red, thank you for saying hello. Y'all have an amazing day. Make something yummy for your family. Thanks for hanging out with me today. It was fun to get to kind of slow down, hang out with y'all, and have a great day. Y'all have a beautiful day. We'll talk soon. Bye-bye, guys.